Hey, you know, everyone, Saturday morning, sitting in the car, doing the Saturday morning run like always. Not gonna lie, very, very frustrated right now. Been sitting in this car for about 45 minutes and I just done two videos for Josh Warrington and Leigh Wood and Aziz versus Boatsi. And while sitting in the car editing, I've got some silly feedback coming through the mic. I think it's because this mic is obviously on the dashboard and something's irritating it. So scratch those videos and plug the mic out. So if you hear any residual sounds from outside, I do apologize. Hopefully I can make this video as good as the last one because it is frustrating. All right then, quick bits quickly. If you haven't watched Head of the Table, there's two editions out now. I dropped the last one yesterday. I think they're pretty good videos. It's your opportunity to sit around the table with me and my fellas and we just chat boxing. So yeah, have a watch if you haven't watched that as of yet. Tonight we've got a clash of cards with the boxer card and the zone card both on at the same time. Eddie Hearn and the boxer don't get along, so they don't really care about counter programming. Bunch of idiots. But I'll be on TikTok tonight, giving my opinions on those fights. So if you haven't followed me on TikTok, then please come along. Old Lion Boxing, and all right then. So next week we have Josh Warrington versus Leigh Woods, in which I'm calling this a real crossroads fight. When I say crossroads fight, to me, both fighters are at different stages of their career. I see Warrington as a seasoned world champion, a really good talent from up and coming, from young. We knew Warrington was going to be, we suspected Warrington had the goods to be a world champion. And that's something that we didn't really get with Leigh Wood. I feel Leigh was coming to his own over the past 2-3 years, and we didn't expect this trajectory for him right now. So even though we're saying Woods is coming to his own over the past 2-3 years and Josh is the seasoned world champion, the talent, they're definitely at different places. Because for me, even though Woods is the older person by about 2 or 3 years, I actually think Josh has more miles on the clock. I think Josh has been in some tough fights, likes to go to war, and even though he's younger, I think he's on the decline. I mean, it's hard to say he's on the decline when you look at his resume. And when I say you look at his resume, yes, he got the loss to Lara, which was again a really good fight. It was a stoppage loss. Then you got the rematch, which was a clash of heads cut type scenario. I can't remember if it was a clash, but it was a cut. And then he lost. You had Kiko Martinez, and then you had the Lopez fight, a current IBF champion. Those are all good fights. Those are all solid fighters. But as much as Lara could punch, and Lara's a world-class fighter, I'm not taking nothing away from him, I thought the best version of Josh would have beat Lara. Kiko Martinez, even though he completely flattened, was it Kid Galahad? When he won the title back, that was a tremendous performance. And again, I'm taking nothing away from Kiko, because Kiko is a tremendous fighter in his own right. Kiko was not in his prime. That was the end of Kiko. So, I mean, let's be honest, Kiko was in his prime or was top flight when he fought Irish kid, Carl Frampton. And that was maybe, what, 10 plus years ago. But again, taking nothing away from Kiko. But you get my point. That is, and then obviously losing to Lopez, who's the current world champion for the IBF. That's not a bad resume to say you won, lost, drawed, whatever you want to call it, for those 3-4 fights. That's not bad at all for Warrington. But he just doesn't seem to have that same. Sometimes to win fights or to be elite, it's that 1%. And just losing that little edge is what takes the fight away from you. And I think that's Josh Warrington. I think it's that 1% where he just doesn't have that kick no more. When I look at Leigh Woods, as I said, we didn't expect Leigh Woods to be in this position years ago, and he's come on strong. And now we're going to say, yes, well, look, he also had to fight with Lara, and look where Lara is. But again, in boxing, 2 and 2 don't make 4. Just because fighter A and fighter B do this, it doesn't mean fighter C and fighter D do this. It doesn't really work that way. Boxing maths is opposite. And the reason why I'm saying that, because we would expect Warrington to beat Lara because of the skill set, the experience, obviously seasoned world champion. For me, the Lara fight for Woods was always a trickier, more complicated match for Woods, because, like I said, we would never expect him to be on that trajectory. So it was a much more complicated fight. And even though Woods was winning the fight until obviously the stoppage, it was still ooh, he's winning. You know what I mean? Like, it was making it a go of it. It was a different feeling for me. It was different. However, you can't play the role of the underdog or the guy on the back burner forever. In the rematch, Wood showed what it was all about, and I think that was the best example of Woods' growth over the years, to show obviously where he's at. And that's why I feel this fight is a crossroads fight. If Warrington wins this puts him back saying, no, guess what? I still have that 1%. And if Woods wins, it solidifies this amazing career, this amazing 2-3 years for him. It just makes it special for me. It just makes it special for me. Again, there's no doubt the both of them are top featherweights. They're both there. They're both at that point, top guys. But I definitely see one on the slide and one going up. For Woods at 35-ish, the road may not be long for him. So if he could win this fight and move on and take one of the other champions, that would be a great step forward. Obviously, Matchroom, DAZN, they obviously are putting up the money for all these fights. They're obviously trying to cultivate the talent, because obviously some of the bigger fights we're looking at other divisions are not happening, so they are pushing it. And to be fair, they have matched Woods well since his come up. So I'm really looking forward to his fight and the outcome of it. In terms of the decision, I have to go with Woods. There's something about, again, I'm saying the same thing, there's something about that 1% of just having that edge, that belief, that desire. And I think Warrington has been to the mountaintop, been a champion, had the big nights, had the glories, had it so many times. And like I said, now I think it's a bit of wear and tears on the slide. I think Woods is still hungry, like he's still real. Wait a minute, no one gave me a shot 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, and now I'm here. I'm still hungry. I'm still fighting for this. I'm still got something to go. And I think that little bit of that 1%, that edge, is what's going to make Woods take this fight. I'm feeling it's going to be a stoppage. I'm not necessarily a knockout, but I think Woods stops Warrington late. And that's really hard to say, because like I said, Warrington's a tough dude. I mean, and he likes to fight. He's not coming to play games. Yeah. For a guy that's not a puncher, Warrington fights like he's a puncher. He wants to fight. So to say Woods is going to stop him might sound bold, but I just have that feeling that, like I said, they're on the different sides of the scales now. Yeah, I'm sticking with Woods by stoppage late. All right then, that's my prediction for the vids, for the fight. If you like, please share, like and subscribe. And like I said, check out Head of the Table. I think it's pretty good. All right, take care, fellas.